ReverendCrystalCox, Goddess Church. I'm going to read some writings in this video. This is a thingamabob I wrote for myself for my 50th birthday, which was last October. I wrote this last August 20th. Today I sit on this beach looking at these mountains over these waters, as I have done 1,000 times before. Today I am on the other side of the hardship's roar, and healing from the wounds therein. I watch the sunlight dance on the water, as this new white sun makes rainbows in the shadows and divinity dancing on the ocean's lure. Here, this patch of this shore, my feet, my eyes, my tears, my waiting, my surmise, my surprise, and the tales to self of ultimate demise. The sand is comfortably warm and blissfully soothing. The breeze is a perfect chill. The sun in full bloom dazzling in my eyes. I watch a large raven come into view, not so often seen here in this spot, on this shore, as the crow is who is the keeper of these skies, and the raven sticks to the forest with its metaphoric lore. As I took in the beauty, my sight began to mist, then moved to completely fogged over. The view, the sand, the raven, the shoreline all blurred. When my sight had cleared, I saw a blanket next to me, a multicolored, part Afghan, part quilt, part knitting, part crochet, part sewed, parts of jeans and shirts and other papers and so much more. I reached to touch it and noticed it went way down the shoreline with no end that I could visibly see. This did not feel like a dream. It was so clear, and the boats were seemingly natural, the birds, the ducks, and otter. I truly seemed to be where I thought myself to be. Yet here was this quilt of sorts with no end in sight, and the raven circling at times and flying down the length of the quilt at times as well. Time passed. I stood up and pulled the blanket towards me, reading what parts said, recognizing jeans, old t-shirts that I had had, a concert ticket, receipts, photos of faces and places, shoelaces, pieces of old hats, more photos, pieces of money and placed coins within the fabric, pictures of furniture I once had, parts of licenses and names of companies I had. What is this? With that question asked out loud, I fell to the sand. Laying flat on my back, I looked up and see the raven clearly outlined with the white sun behind it. The raven flew down close to me, then flew the entire length of the quilt and out of sight. Then I noticed the raven fly up, out over the water with something in its mouth. There was string following behind. I realized the raven had one end of the quilt and was flying into the white sun. I lay here in the sand on this beach where I have lain 1,000 times, flashes of my life all along the way. I lay here not long until my 50th birthday. I see meals and clothes, faces and places, photos and locations of places that I have lived, and businesses that I had built long ago. I feel love and I feel loss. I feel grief and I feel guilt. All this flooded imagery at once. I look up to the divine white sun. I see the string trailing behind the raven but a tiny dot now, seemingly hundreds of miles away. Yet the string keeps going, and the quilt is next to me, still no end in sight. Is the string connected to me? Connected to this quilt? Then there it is. I see the end of the quilt down the beach a bit. I see it unraveling, yielding to the raven flying into the white sun. Unwinding the pieces of my life, seemingly, like shaking the great etch-a-sketch of my life, or toppling 50 years of dominoes placed delicately for the grand finale. The grandest of castle built on the shore, and the tide has come in to clear the slate, to empty the page. I feel fear. The unravel is related to me. This now is clear. This is my life. Do I cling to the quilt? I could cut the line and the raven would be gone. I hear in my mind's eye, at this juncture, you can let there be a clean slate. It is your divine right of passage to begin again now, or you can give way to fear, be afraid of the void and the emptiness. I could just reach over and cut that string and stop the last 50 years from unraveling. Hang on to every memory and every concert ticket and every piece of everything I had or didn't have. Or I could let it go. You can choose to trust that it all was for great and divine reason, whether you can put human words to it or not. Our consciousness goes on to another version of us, to begin a new tapestry of consciousness, a new quilt, a new life's work. One must be willing to void that which is past and to trust thyself beyond all earthly voices. Our consciousness moves on. Each experience, whether we believe we forgot them or not, they live on within us. However, at this juncture, this crossroad, you must leave the quilt. You must let the raven unravel all you thought to be your life up until now, and all you thought your life would be in the future. All you expected of life and of self. You must do this to begin again in this new earth of your now choosing. In other words, to let the new frequency of this now, you build a new life for you and all you come here for, and all you came to build. You must allow the new energy, the new frequency to envelop you, become you, be one with you. And at this, you cannot carry the quilt of 1,000 years. You must let it go. This next 1,000-year cycle. I could tell you that right now, you have a choice. However, you made the choice a long time ago. You chose and you moved from the yellow sun to the white sun. Your timelines, your choices, your 1,000-year lessons, photos, times and times. People and places and all you thought you to be is now dissolving into the white sun, the new earth of this now moment. There's a beautiful child upstairs playing with the car. It's making me smile, and that's the noise you hear. He's a sweetheart. Yes, this quilt, out to the largest rock, is your 50 years. However, the quilt is your 1,000 years of human experience. You are now releasing to the divine white light. Thousands and thousands of layers, thousands of gallons of tears, thousands of days of your life mirrored. Laughter, experience, pain, joy, belief, incarnations. All unraveling, and there in the center of all this yarn of time and tides is you. The real essence of the true you, of which until now, your earth, you could not fathom in any way. You are ready. Relax and let the unravel happen. Yes, I know it is causing great physical and emotional pain. Let the raven keep flying into the sun. Let the unravel go. It's just about undone. I watched the raven, the richly black raven, fly into the pure white sun with its glorious rainbow rays of the new world that I now clearly sit in. Gone are the days of the yellow sun and the tapestry I knew as me, in which I built there. I watched the raven fly into the sun and become one with the sun, and behind it stringing thousands of strands, miles and miles and miles, hundreds of miles unwinding from the quilt that had become my life, turns out 1,000 years of such. I am alone. I am liberated. I am free. I am void. I am sad. I am grieved. Where are my people? Where are my homes? Where are my pets? Where are my gardens? Where is my family? Where is my life's work? Where is my writing? Where is my photographs? Where is my licenses and my accomplishments? They all flow. They all have been flown into the divine white sun by the magical Raven King, unraveling, unraveling. And when that last row left, I felt it go from my hand where I held the end of the quilt. Huge grief and relief swept over me. I laid there looking at the sky, the white light of the new immersing me, changing me, transitioning me. Tears washed over me, seemingly from the center of all things. Now what? In the void of the clear Etch-a-Sketch. I have no point of reference. I have no home. I have no vacation home. I have no truck, no car, no paddleboards, no canoes. I have no dressers. I have no bicycles. I have no rafts. I have no four-wheeler. I have no employees. I have no boss. I have no bills. I have no plants. I have no cats. I have no one to answer to. I have no closet. I have no bathtub. I have no large screen TV. I have no Rocky Mountain view. I have no decades of friends. I have no point in time to go back to. I have no well water. I have no mother. I have no father. I have no pets to mourn, no loved ones to grieve. I have no plants to take care of, no pets to feed. I have no kids. I have no past. I have no dreams of future. I have this now moment, this void. This void, which is a cauldron of creation. Grief or create comes to mind. Grieve or create. Sit and grieve the past or create the new. That's the choice in the void of this now moment. I have but this moment, this now to refer to. I draw meaning from this now and have no past reference or future projection. It is uncomfortable. It feels sad. But I have no justification or reference for why it would be sad to be free. Why would that be sad? I sit up on the bench. Whoa. I sit up on the beach, and I watched the water seemingly for hours. The white light softened as it faded into dusk, and just before the divine white light, sun, went over the horizon, there appeared a rainbow that looked like a beautiful covered bridge. A rainbow bridge. At this new point I find myself sitting in, I have the reference point of joy and excitement, and that bridge excites me. So I stand and I walk to the bridge as I follow my highest excitement, as I know that my higher self is guiding me through my higher excitement. I walk to the bridge, and as I'm walking, I notice I'm on the rainbow bridge. I can see the water beneath. I'm not afraid. I don't seem to have a reference point for fear. I don't seem to know that I'm not supposed to be floating in the air. I simply walk across the rainbow bridge, void of any past, not clear on any future. Not looking to the future or to see my star family, not mourning my earth family, not doing the dance of the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Not looking at things I left behind or lost or things I might have obtained, but instead right here in this now. In this new beginning. This moment, free of past and free of future. Who knows if this bridge is real or not? Maybe I have died. All I can be certain of is the joy I feel crossing this beautiful bridge. So light I am. Pain-free, no worries, no one to impress, no one to mourn, no one to feel sorry for, no one to save, no past labels or future projections. Simply this now, this rainbow bridge. The colors of the bridge are so exciting. I feel so alive, so invigorated. I feel so happy and joyful, simply just being on this beautiful, enchanting rainbow bridge. I can see the beach in the distance. The bridge arcs, and I walk down onto the beach. I see a spot on the beach that feels exciting for me to sit in, using my highest excitement as a guide to lead me to that next moment of my highest and best. I sit there and I realize it's the exact same spot I was sitting before I got on the rainbow bridge. Had I really crossed the rainbow bridge? How could I really know for sure? Again, my eyes mist over, and as they clear, I notice a basket on the beach. I get up, I walk over toward the basket. A golden weaved wicker basket with a plush velvet top. There was a note on the basket. It had my name on it. I looked in the basket. There was a beautiful soft rainbow yarn and 2 crochet needles. I knew this clearly to be the beginning of the new. It was clear not to mourn the quilt that had taken me 50 years to build, and not to mourn the people that I knew that I once loved. Not to mourn possessions or pets, not to mourn the future that I thought I would have, and not to mourn the past that I maybe thought I should have had. This is New Earth. This is the begin again. I already chose it. And though a slight pull to mourn the patterns and habits and resist the new, I stood firmly embracing this now. I grabbed the basket and I headed down the beach. This yarn, these needles, this side of the rainbow bridge, I begin again. On this side, this mirrored image of the other side, where the slate is clean. I've crossed the rainbow bridge and I begin again. With my rainbow yarn, my 2 crochet needles, and the youth, the playful youth.